สวัสดีค่ะ and good evening and welcome to Chatroom. I'm Nat Bunak.
I'm กิติพัฒน์เชิงสุขจิต
And first of all, Thai PBS World would like to express our deepest sympathy and condolences to those affected by the shooting spree at Siam Paragon last night. And we have to say that this was completely unexpected and tragic as well. So 2 people have died from the shooting incident, which involved a Chinese tourist as well as a Myanmar employee of the shopping mall as well. And what is even more shocking is that the gunman, the alleged gunman, was a 14-year-old.
Yeah, he's a minor.
Yeah. A minor, and no one ever expected this to happen. And apart from being the biggest news stories yesterday, many of the international media have paid attention to what has happened in Thailand as well. So we'll begin tonight with the latest developments on the incident. And so far, 5 criminal charges have been filed against the alleged gunman. So the 5 criminal charges include premeditated murder, attempted murder, possession of a firearm without a license, carrying firearms in public without permission, and discharging a firearm in public. So these are the 5 criminal charges that have been filed against the 14-year-old male suspect in the shooting spree at the Siam Paragon shopping mall last night. And because of this incident, many people took to social media to sympathize with the victims and the families and relatives of the deceased, while also expressing shock that a gunman is reportedly a 14-year-old boy. Another hashtag that went viral yesterday in light of the tragic incident is Ya Thot Game, or Do Not Blame Video Games, where netizens express that game addiction is not the main cause for committing crimes, but it's their personal behavior and how the family raises its own children. So the question is, what does the incident at Siam Paragon say about gun violence in Thailand?
Yeah, I think many incidents before this have been told us a lot, even in the incident in the Nakhon Ratchasima province.
Yeah, about the shopping mall.
Yeah, you remember that, right? So, and everything happened in the same loop. When the incident happened, there'll be the mainstream media come up to blame the gun violence, to blame the video game. Yeah, and that will be the conflict and controversy about if the video game should be blamed or not.
Well, video games have always been blamed for so long in terms of gun violence, and people often link video games to game addiction and then leading to violence. When in fact, video games, there are so many genres that we can play with. For example, they're not just shooting games, there are games that are educational as well. So we cannot just blame entirely on video games, but we need to focus on other things, such as the mental health of that person, how that person was being raised, whether they had peer pressure or parental pressure, or were they victims of social bullying as well. And these negative effects can build someone up to commit certain crimes as well. We have heard many cases before that some of the perpetrators were victims of bullying or domestic violence before. So they felt that violence is normal for them, and that may have urged them to commit such incidents like these.
Yeah, actually we have to admit it that the video game is not the thing that to be blamed, but not every gamer do this action.
Yeah.
But most of the gunmen or most of the suspects are the gamer. Yeah, it's not about the video game, because video game has many genre, has many type, like action or like Mario. I play Mario and I never like hitting the brick or throwing the turtle, stepping on the turtle and throw it. I never do like that. It's about the parenting, how parents raise the kids with knowing their mental health.
Right, so we have to say that viewer discretion is advised, and not just video games, but the media itself have contributed to gun violence as well. So for example, like TV series, soap operas, movies, they often depict gun violence. And not only in action movies, but in every single type of the series that we've seen, there's always at least one scene that involves gun violence. So how the media portrays gun violence have influenced people to think that gun violence is the only way to end several problems, whether it's revenge or like love triangles or just fighting for inheritance. Gun violence seems to be the only answer for these characters. And when people do not have the viewer discretion, they will not be able to realize that gun violence is not normal.
Yeah.
But there are so many other ways to solve other problems. And what the media should be doing is that they should not normalize gun violence, as just like we should not normalize rape culture.
Yeah, it's like the rape culture in the Thai soap opera, when the main character, the main actor, rape the main actress in the role. Yeah, the audience will think that it's the role of the praek, of the main actor, that it's his right to do it, and he's handsome, and he do it with the main actress, and that's perfect for them. They accept it.
Yeah, and these things should not be normalized to begin with, and it's actually giving the wrong perception of things that are happening in society. Back to gun violence, we should not be portraying gun violence as if it's something that can be accepted. But another part that we want to talk about is the easy access to illegal firearms, because many people have questioned how on earth that a 14-year-old boy can have access to these firearms, especially at a very young age. People have been questioning whether parents had access to them, or whether the boy actually went to black markets. This is still unclear as to how he got hold of these firearms. And what is really interesting, though, is that gun-related deaths around the world, Thailand is ranked 15th highest in the world, and this is something that we should not be proud of. 15th highest in the world. So that means gun violence in Thailand is so common, and that means the access to illegal firearms is still easy. Even though there are strict laws in terms of gun possession, but people can still have access to the illegal weapons.
Yeah, even we have the very strict law about the gun violence, about the guns, having guns, but people still easily access it.
Like what you're seeing right here, when they raided the house of the suspect, you can see a lot of ammunition in there. So that means the boy probably has learned how to use it and have probably trained himself to use these weapons as well. And what we're showing to you here is that we're not encouraging you to go and buy guns and do the same thing, but we're just trying to tell you that this is the problem. The easy access to illegal firearms is a problem, and that the government needs to do something to prevent this from happening again and again. And there have been many case studies that we have seen. Nong Bolampur massacre, for example, the one at Terminal 21 at Nakhon Ratchasima, for example.
With our military service.
Yes, and many other cases that gun violence has killed so many people, and people seem to have not learned anything yet.
Every time it happens, people will do the lesson learned every time, and it keeps happening again.
And I think what needs to be fixed is the crisis management and the alert system as to what is happening around them, so that people can evacuate easier as well.
Yeah, I found the post from the former President Society for Online News Provider Association, Kun Ravi Tawantarong. Yeah, he gave quite a good lesson learned to the mainstream media. First one, to interview the source of information or anyone who is in the incident, don't ask where are they. Yeah, to make them safe. Yeah, even though the alleged gunman will know where they are and follow them and shoot them. So this very strict question that you shouldn't ask them. Second, publishing the information about the alleged murderer family is still illegal. On the social media right now, there are a lot of posts sharing the information about the alleged gunman parents' biography, about their research topic, about their career, about their life. So this one is about the PDPA.
Yeah,
No.
so they've been trying to expose the identities of not only just the alleged gunman, but the parents of the gunman as well. So
Yeah.
this is something that we should not be doing because remember when there was a mass shooting in New Zealand, the
Yeah.
then Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern even said that we should not even give them that spotlight.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to name the gunman and we're not supposed to give them that fame.
We don't give them the area on the media.
Exactly. So maybe it's better if we put more emphasis on those who have been affected and
Yeah.
how they can seek help, especially they may have been affected emotionally and mentally as well.
Yeah, and as a mainstream media, so don't focus on being the first one to report the news, but focus on the accuracy. Because today you can't beat the social user. They're faster than you. Yeah, they give the information, they post on the X, on the Facebook, like very fast on the Instagram story about what's happening, and something is disinformation or malinformation or misinformation or fake news, a lot of types of this. So be focused on the accuracy because it's the mainstream media duty.
And it serves as a great lesson for all of us as well as journalists and
Yeah.
media practitioners as well.
Yeah.
But
And-
yeah.
Okay, and some of this information emerged yesterday because of the hastiness of the mainstream media. That it say that a stab at the Samyan area.
Yeah, and there have been clarifications already that
Yes.
this did not take place. And
Yeah.
they actually checked with the policemen as well that, okay, the stabbing did not take place at Samyan and that was fake news.
Yeah.
So we need this media literacy and we need to be able to differentiate between what is fake news and what is legitimate news as well, especially during times of crisis. Like this, for example, that can
Yeah.
serve as a great lesson. And aside from the shootings at Siam Paragon, there are many other social media dramas that
Yeah.
we've been following as well. And one of them was about Senator Porntip in Iceland.
Yeah, there is a man who claimed that he is the restaurant owner in Iceland, and he asked Senator Kun Ying, Porntip Rajasunan, to leave the restaurant. Yep. A Thai man claiming to be the owner of a restaurant in Iceland told Senator Kun Ying Porntip to leave the restaurant because she was not welcome there. The video clip quickly went viral and has attracted mixed reactions. Some commented that she deserved it, while others did not agree. It is believed that the drama occurred because Porntip used to say that she opposed Move Forward Party's campaign to review Thailand's Laissez Majesté laws. She abstained from voting in supporting Pitha Lim Charoenrat to be Thailand's prime minister. So the question is, why is it never okay to chase anyone out of the restaurant, even if it's the one you hate?
Because you need some service mind.
Yeah,
Whenever you're a restaurant owner or even a waitress, the most important thing that you need is service mind. And you're supposed to welcome all customers anyway, because customers are here to buy food or enjoy your services, and it is their job to give them the best service as much as possible. But for this case, unfortunately, it did not happen. That person ended up using his political views
Yeah.
to abuse other people, which I think that is not really appropriate in this sense because let me put it this way, if let's say Senator Porntip was being rude to the restaurant owner and then he chases her out of the restaurant, that would be a completely different story.
Yeah.
But this was like, she just went into the restaurant, just going to order sushi, but then she was being criticized for damaging the country's reputation. And
Yeah.
I think that is not really right.
There's still the controversy that is this man a really owner of the restaurant? He said he really is, but there are also some of the social media user capture the screen of the website of the restaurant, and it said that this man is the head chef. I don't know, he may be the co-founder or anything, but it's still the controversy about his action as a head chef.
Right, but based on the video, it looks like the man was just insulting Senator Kunim Porntip all the time for ruining the country's reputation, and he used his personal hate, personal emotions, and just attacked her, which I think is not right, especially when you're the head chef, the owner, whatever you are.
Yeah.
She just came in just to enjoy the food.
Enjoy the food.
And you're supposed to give them the best service, regardless of who she is.
Yeah. Another interesting point is while he's driving, he also said something to threaten Kunim Porntip also.
And that is completely not right.
Yeah.
To post something or to threaten that they will attack or do something to somebody, that is not what you're supposed to do at all.
Yeah, that's overaction. That's too much. That's too much.
And in fact, this is actually punishable both by the Thai law and the law in Iceland as well. So the senators have been urging Senator Porntip to take legal action, but Senator Porntip has decided not to because she thinks that the Buddhist teachings has helped her in terms of patience, and it's better to let karma do its job instead of just asking the law to just prosecute him.
I think what she is doing is good because she is quite calm and solve the problem with the calm, with peaceful. Yeah, don't fight back. Don't use the hate speech back. Just only ask him about what he's doing, why, and then just okay and leave it.
It just shows her patience and maturity as well, in a way that she will not respond with rudeness or with anger. And in one sense, it is a good thing that she chooses not to respond, but respond in the most mature way as possible. So I think that is a good thing. But on the other side of it, when it comes to political view, there's always going to be some sort of conflict. So the challenge is, how can we still live together when we still have different opposing views in terms of politics? That is still a challenge, especially in Thailand.
It's easy to answer. But it's not easy to do it.
Yes.
The answer is to see human as a human. Even you don't like him or her, but as she is a human, just, okay, I don't like you, but as you are human, I will give an honor to you, I will respect you as human, with humanity.
Yes, but even though, like you said, it's easy to say it, but it's not easy to do it because we all have this bias in our hearts to begin with. So when we see someone, the first thing that you would think of is not about how nice that person is. It's something that you have this negative bias. Even if you're wrong, you will still have this negative perception towards the other person. So we would often judge that person based on that negative bias. And unless you get to know that person, that is when you will realize that whether she is nice or whether she is mean, that is a different story.
You know, in the digital world, everything spread quickly, and the algorithm of the social media work very effective. When you want to see something, you will only get the information.
One side of the story.
You will see what you want to see. You will hear what you want to hear, and you will only read what you want to read, because the algorithm of the social media will manage it for you and input that information into your eyes, your head, your ear.
Yeah, all the information is now tailored towards an individual user. So let's say if you're a supporter of the Move Forward Party, you will always get information related to that. Or if you're a supporter of Pheu Thai, you will always get something related to Pheu Thai. And that has made people absorb the information that is kind of one-sided. So like we said, media literacy, and we need to use our own judgment and just don't use your own political views to attack others. And now let's move on to another social media drama that actually sparked outrage recently as well. That was an incident where a teacher slapped a young boy at school only because he refused to call her mom. And here's the viral video of a female teacher who slapped a young student on his face only because he refused to call her mom, because the fact is, he has only one biological mother. So the incident took place at a very well-known school in Bangkok's Ramkhamhaeng area. So politicians also called out on the incident, one of them being Move for a Party MP Wirod Lakanadison, who said that the slap was not unintentional but a sudden outburst of anger. And apart from Wirod, who made a comment about this issue, he even said that if that person is really a teacher, she does not deserve to be a teacher anymore based on her behavior towards the young student. Meanwhile, the Minister of Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation, Suphamat Israpakdi, also said that as a mother, she finds this incident to be unacceptable, adding that everyone deserves to be safe at school. So the question is, why do adults feel entitled to abuse children? That would be the first question for the story.
Oh, that's quite hard for me because I have the experience when I was in the grade 5. You know, I have the program called Walkative. It's about the art exhibition and traveling. I really love art, but till today, I still can't be a very good artist. I cannot work on the artwork because of my experience in the grade 5. When I was in the grade 5 in the art class, I just draw thing and painting thing and send it to the teacher, and then I was insulted by teacher that your work is so, she used the word suck. She used that word, and it's so bad. You can't be the artist. You can't do the artwork. And you know, with that word, when I was very kid, in grade 5, like 7 years old, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Wait,
10 years old. Yeah, around 10 years old. I cannot. I really downed because of it, and until today, I cannot do the artwork.
We can see that teachers' awful words can give you so much pain. Like it's like a long-lasting pain as well. And I'm really sorry to hear that from you, because the thing is, some teachers, not all teachers, do feel entitled to be insulting towards their own students and abuse children because they think they're above everyone else. It's the hierarchical system, the seniority system that makes them feel entitled to talk down on someone, to make someone feel bad because they're teachers. And we always have this belief, like among Thai, is that, oh, if a teacher scolds you, it's because they want you to be better. When I think that is not always the case. If you want someone to improve, you can say something that is more constructive. It doesn't have to be rude or insulting at all. And this is actually some sort of wrong perception that Thai people have. People feel entitled to abuse other people, feel entitled to insult other people because they are above everyone else because of their status. And as teachers, they felt that they can say whatever they want to make. And this is like, they don't realize that they're making children feel bad about themselves and they feel discouraged. Like for your case, I can totally understand you how it has discouraged you from doing better in art because they have used very insulting words because they feel like, oh, I'm a teacher, I can say whatever I want, and the children do not have a voice.
Yeah, but actually, in this week with Thai PBS World in Walkative, you see my artwork. Yeah, because I went to painting the Monet, the Claude Monet artwork at the exhibition. So just wait and see this Friday night.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Finally, we will get to see Kun Kitipat drawing something inspired by Claude Monet. Yeah, so we would love to see that as well. But back to the story. One thing that we also have to mention that with the abuse thingy, like parents in the old days loved to spank their children when they did something wrong. So they would feel entitled that, oh, I can spank anyone, I can hit anyone as a punishment so that they can remember what they've done wrong. But then some parents, some teachers have gone too far to abusing them. And we have seen cases like very distressing cases where they have used violence against their students as well.
The spanking or the punishment has its limited, has its frame. Yeah, you have to know what is the limited to spank, how hard you can do it, and how you can do it without the violence, and make them know that they are guilty, that they have been doing something wrong, and then they can fix it.
And in the old days, what I've seen in Thai soap operas is that in the old days they use a stick to spank you as if like you're spanking the slaves. And this is the most violent thing that I have ever seen when it comes to parenting. But nowadays there are more constructive ways to teach someone if they've done something wrong. So let's say you talk to them like, did you know what you've done wrong today?
Yeah.
And let them reflect themselves, and that is much more constructive.
In Thai culture, they actually use hanger.
Yeah,
you know?
Apart from the stick, they hanger, they also use even the broomstick to spank.
Wow.
Yeah, they spank their children.
Teacher use broomstick a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to find. And maybe according to this incident, or even my experience when I was grade 5, the teacher might be a good person, but in that moment of time, she has some stress thing. I didn't mean that the teacher do the right thing, but I just doing the sympathy thing to understand what she's going with, what she's going
through.
Yeah, what she's going through. Yep. But with the stress, it's not the excuse that she can commit to violence with the students or children.
So just because you're stressed doesn't mean that you're allowed to abuse anyone or to rant on anyone as well. So now we're talking about pressure. We have another question for the story.
Yeah.
Why is it common to call other people mom? Whether it's like to honor someone as a slang or whatever it is. Why is it so common to call anyone a mom even though that person is not even your biological mother?
I would like the audience or every audience to comment down below about this question. Why is it common to call other people mom? Is this to give an honor or is it slang? But for me, it's both.
Right.
Yeah, to give an honor like the national artist, คุณแม่พุ่มพวง คุณแม่ดาวใจไพจิต Yeah, like we call them mom. It's like Thai culture, Thai thing.
So we sort of use the word mom to give someone the honor. So like in terms of slang, we have like คุณแม่ or like to give that person the honor. And this is most common among the LGBT community so it's more comparable to a diva. So if we can imagine things like, for example, we would call J-Lo or Beyonce like a mother. It's just like you're calling them like the diva or like in a good way. Diva in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, diva in a good way, not in a bad way. But like you honor that person as if they're like the mother of this kind of music. And we also have this slang called a mother is mothering. So
แม่ก็คือแม่
Yeah, similar. แม่คือแม่ a mother is mothering. So it's like to give them this credit and this honor for that person for what they're doing. So this is a very positive thing among, like, if we use it as a slang. But then sometimes when you call someone a mother, some people get pompous. They get self-entitled too, because like they think like they're above everyone else.
But when I talk to like foreigner friends, in their culture, like in Western cultures, there's no talking, like they're not calling mom or auntie or uncle.
We don't have that.
Yeah, in the Western culture, there's no calling other people mom. Even they want to give an honor, it's not the thing to call anyone mom.
Yeah, I think it's more like an Asian culture thing where we often refer to people based on like a family member. So
Yeah.
if that person is as old as your mother, then you will call call these people along the same line, such as like พี่ป้าน้าอา ลุง
Yeah.
or nong or whatever it is. So it's like we often rank ourselves based on like a family member. So like คุณแม่ is like you give them the honor as if like they are as great like your mom or something. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's like it's not common in Western culture because we would just honor them using their names. So
Yeah.
I think that is pretty interesting in a way.
Okay, we just talked a lot about calling someone mother. Now let's talk about having children. Because a recent opinion survey has found the reason why Thai people don't want to have children. According to a recent opinion survey from NIDA poll, 44% of respondents said that they do not want to have children. As to why they don't want to have children, 38.3% responded that they don't want to increase their spendings to raise a child and are concerned about how their children will survive in this society. 37.7% said that they don't want any obligations, while 33.2% say they want to enjoy their freedom. 17.7% say they're worried that they might not raise their children well enough, and 13.7% say that they want to focus more on their work. When asked what the government should do to encourage more Thais to have children, most of the respondents answered that free education, government subsidized to raise a child up until 15 years old, reducing taxes, increasing maternity leave, and more child care centers. So the question is, why Thais don't want to have children?
Mainly it's because of the economic situation as well. And
Yeah.
people have been struggling to make ends meet. So we've been talking about the increasing cost of living,
Yeah.
the skyrocketing pork prices. Everything is getting more expensive. So when they think of having a child, they would think like, oh, how will my child survive in this economic situation because everything is so expensive, and if we want to send them to a very good school, it's like a huge investment for them. So that is probably why many people chose not to have children anymore. But like, I'm not saying that everyone do not want to have children, because
Yeah.
there are still some people, if they're well off, if they have the financial means, if they want to have children, it is their choice.
If they are ready.
Yeah, if they're ready, if they're financially ready, they can raise a child. But like for those who do not want to, I think there are many other issues apart from the economic situation. Some people also believe that having a child is like a lifelong commitment.
Yeah.
A lifelong commitment as to raising your child, sending them to school, sending them to university, and taking care of them when they're sick, or even when they manage to earn income, they will have to send us the money to take care of us instead. So it's like a lifelong cycle and commitment. So some people may not feel that they are ready for that sort of commitment yet. And in one way, life can be much more exciting than just having babies for certain people.
A lot of them think like that. And besides the economy, it's also about the society today.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parents, even my parents say that, oh, Tiff, it's hard to raise your kids in the future, you know, because of the violence and also the quick spread thing in social media. So it's hard to teach them, as they can learn a lot from themselves from social media, from many platforms on social media.
Like even the Siam Paragon shooting spree yesterday, it really shows how difficult it is for people nowadays to deal with this, and how hard is it going to be for the children who will be living in the future. Things can get worse for the future, and we haven't even talked about climate change yet and how they're going to live their lives. This is something that we don't talk about so often yet.
Just 14 years old, and he can like he can make a gun himself. He know how to make it, how to put in the bullet, and He knows every structure of the guns.
This is really
Yeah.
distressing. And
Yeah.
some people think that maybe we should not have children anymore because how will our children be able to survive in this kind of world where violence is everywhere and everything is so difficult for them as well? Even the higher cost of living to raise a child will be even higher than before. So
Yeah.
I think there are so many other factors to think about as well
Yeah.
when raising a child.
There are also controversy about don't having children. Some say that it's good for the world because the consuming of the environmental source will be reduced. Some said that, but some also said that it's not good because the kid is very important to have to make the population in the world, and to make the quality populations is a very important thing.
Yeah, and we also have to address, we've talked about this a few weeks ago
Yeah.
about the changing populations and now we're entering the super aging society, and this is becoming a problem especially for the Thai government,
Yeah.
where if we remember, Public Health Minister Cholana Srikiao said that there is something wrong with the mindset of the people, that they do not want to have children anymore because they think that having children will make them poor, and therefore they need to change something with the policies. But at the same time, you have to look at many other factors: the economic situation, the policies that would encourage them to have a family or have children. You need to look at many other things rather than blaming that person for not having children.
Yeah, I talked to everyone, even the taxi driver, about whether he want to have kids, or if he have kids, what does he think? He said that kids is very cute. Everyone wants to have kids, but because of the economy and how to raise their kids well, within the good society, in the good community, in the good school,
Yeah.
with the good friends, with the good environment. That's a lot of factors.
And one sad truth is that kids can be really cute until a certain age, but if they absorb something that is too toxic, it will end up like what happened at Siam Paragon the other day.
It's all about parenting.
It's all about parenting and giving them good resources so that they can grow into good citizens. And this is going to be a huge challenge for generations to come as well.
All right.
All right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Chat Room. So join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ